Hey, my name is John Trocchi. I'm a member of the Boston 22 cohort here at Launch Academy. When I first came to Launch, I sort of struggled a lot with remembering all of the specific technical terms that were just sort of thrown at us all in the beginning. Programming terms are pretty hard to remember at first, as with anything that you're learning for the first time. You have to go through that initial phase of remembering the vocabulary and kind of learning these new terms. So what I started to think was, well, what would be really great with that is flashcards. I decided that I could use the Ruby stuff that I learned in week 1 to build a flashcard application in the terminal. Building that flashcard app was a great way to practice my Ruby skills as well as constantly expose myself to the vocabulary words. What I had to do was initially I just had to print out all the flashcards, and that was great, but then what do you usually do with the flashcard in general? You sort of take the card and you have to look at the front, think about it, and then you flip it over. So I had to figure out how to put that in my code, and what I ended up doing was I had it looping originally to print out all of the flashcards and their answers, and what I did instead was I halted that process so that each time you wanted to flip over the card, it required the user to do something before it continued with the process. So the way that you would run the flashcard app is you would first have to go into your terminal, or what we use at launch here typically is called iTerm, which is a colorful version of that terminal. And basically a terminal is where you're going to input text or input code, and then you're going to run it line by line. So what you're going to want to do is the first command you're going to input in your terminal is cd, which is change directory, and then the path of the folder. So for example, the folder is flashcards master. So you're going to want to type in the flashcards master path. So if it was on your desktop, then you would want to copy that path, like desktop/flashcards. So then once you've changed and gone into that, you're going to go ahead and hit enter, and then you should see a new line that displays, instead of the little curly line that you'll see, it will display flashcards master, which is the folder that you'll be in. So once you're there, you want to type in Ruby, like something that goes on a ring or something like that, and in this case the name of the programming language, and then you're going to go space, and then you're going to type in the name of the file that holds the code. So in this case, the name of the file is week_2_flashcards.rb. So that is the name of the file. So once you have Ruby week2flashcards.rb, you press enter, and that's how you start the application. Once you're in the application, you will see a word pop up, and in this case it's any random word, and it would be a word that is in that data set that you see in the file. And then it will tell you or prompt you to press enter. And so what you're seeing is basically the front of the card. It's telling you the word, the vocab word that you want to learn. And so this is your opportunity to guess the word. And then once you press enter, you flip to the back of the card and it should reveal the answer that's associated with that vocabulary word. There's also a few lines in there to sort of separate visually in the terminal the difference between one flashcard and another.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's Dan Pickett, co-founder of Launch Academy, and if you want to learn the basics just like John and get started with your Learn to Code career, go to our website. We're going to make sure it's in the comments and also in the video, and download your Be a Pro Launch Guide. We're going to give you all of the resources that you need to get started in your own Learn to Code journey. And this is all part of our career launch formula, where we take you through an 18-week program to change you from coding newbie to professional in just a short amount of time. So I hope that your journey starts with our Be a Pro guide, and I look forward to seeing you in a future course.